I guess his daddy had a name back home in Florida, and he rode that all the way.
Hmm.
Gaetz vowed to not target Trump's enemies before withdrawing. Do you see how low the bar is? It's like asking a serial bank robber, you promise you won't rob the bank in your hometown? You rob other ones, but just not. This is preposterous. For withdrawing from his nomination, Matt Gaetz privately vowed to not target MSNBC, Dr. Fauci, Liz Cheney, in an effort to convince GOP senators to confirm him, according to a report. I mean, he was investigated by the same department that he's supposed to head up. This is dumb. Former Rep. Matt Gaetz, Republican out of Florida, has promised Senate Republicans in closed-door meetings that he will not use his power as Attorney General to target Donald Trump's political opponents. I know it's former, and I understand that he's withdrawn his name, but he can't promise anything. He's beholden to his dear leader. Okay, he's an annoying frat boy who's beholden to dear leader. According to the Bulwark's Marc Caputo, Gaetz offered an unexpected pitch to try to win the votes of Republican senators who are hesitant to give him control of the Department of Justice. Was trying to calm the nerves of Senate Republicans so he could capture the 50 votes needed for his confirmation. Media with the details. Look, I'm not going to go there and indict Liz Cheney, have stormtroopers bust through the studio door at MSNBC and arrest Anthony Fauci in my first week, Gaetz told some senators in private meetings, the Bulwark reports. We're not doing that, Gaetz added. We're breaking the cycle of weaponizing DOJ. Okay, like we said, of course, yesterday the bottom fell out. He withdrew his nomination. And then he put up this lie on X about having excellent meetings with senators yesterday. I appreciate the thoughtful feedback. What feedback was that, Matt Gaetz? Look, it's not going to happen for you. Move on. Is that the feedback? And you appreciated that? Okay. Called his confirmation an unfair distraction. Now, Raw Story reports that Ron DeSantis won't appoint Matt Gaetz to Marco Rubio's Senate seat. That had been the fear that, and some speculated that since he resigned from the current Congress, Matt Gaetz could still seat himself, even having done that. And the next term, speculation mounted that Gaetz might be appointed to the Senate seat after he withdrew as Trump's attorney general nominee Thursday. Source close to DeSantis was adamant that Gaetz was not on the list of possible candidates, telling the National Review he won't appoint Matt, but he'll appoint some other denier of racism and misogyny. He'll appoint somebody like that, but it's not going to be you, Matt Gaetz. You're out. Trump's daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, was considered a leading candidate for Rubio's seat. National Review also named Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody, Lieutenant Governor Jeanette Nunez, and DeSantis' Chief of Staff, James Uthmeyer, as possible picks. Gaetz reportedly withdrew from Attorney General consideration after Trump told him he didn't have the votes. Let's listen.
That's right, Wolf. We are told by a source that with direct knowledge of the call that Donald Trump called Matt Gaetz this morning and told him that he did not believe that he had the votes in the Senate to get confirmed. Now, this source did insist that that Trump did not pressure Gaetz to drop out, that he did not insist that he dropped out, but instead that he let Gaetz come to that conclusion on his own. Now, one thing just to note here, Wolf, as we have been reporting, Donald Trump has spent an enormous amount of time calling some of these Republican senators directly, trying to lobby for Matt Gaetz. He had said that Gaetz was his most important pick, Attorney General being the most important pick to Donald Trump in his administration, and one that he wanted to push through.
Okay. So it depends on what you believe. This thing was doomed from the start. The reporting is that Trump hastily made this pick of Matt Gaetz, who was probably, licking his boots on the plane after a stop. And now it's over. I just find it crazy that, of course, now there's a new nominee, Pam Bondi out of Florida, Florida's Attorney General. And now what gets me is someone like that who is an election denier, but has a somewhat traditional career in law enforcement and the legal arena, is now being looked at as just a stellar choice by even those on the left. And I think it's laughable. You put in somebody that doesn't even have a shred of credibility to even be considered for this position. And now it's like people are celebrating that he withdrew, so cowards in the Senate didn't have to face this battle. And now the next person that's apparently going to be nominated here is viewed as a solid insider choice, an election denier. But what do you see in this whole fiasco?
Yeah, I think I said this on another show, but it's like, oh wait, hang on, what am I? Oh wait, sorry. I was still thinking about the wrong story. Okay, so like they said that Matt Gaetz didn't want to target MSNBC. Is that right? Okay, yes, I'm back on track. He said that he wasn't going to target Trump's enemies like MSNBC, for example. MSNBC, what could you really target them for? You may not agree with their coverage. I don't agree with everything that is being said over there all the time. But as far as I know, they haven't been found to intentionally lie to their audiences, especially not the way that Fox News, for example, was found to intentionally lie to their audience. But this is all very predictable. Of course, Trump wants loyalists in positions of power. That's nothing new. He has said that much out loud and publicly. He values loyalty above almost all else. You know, people are saying that this is a good thing also that Matt Gaetz withdrew from the running, because I've seen some hot takes that this apparently shows that this new Trump government is still at the mercy of public opinion. Matt Gaetz has had very meager support for this role across the aisle, right? Nobody really wanted him to become the attorney general, but maybe I'm being pessimistic here, but I don't think that this government, whether Republicans or Democrats, really concern themselves very much with the wishes of the public unless they're trying to win their reelections. They don't need to worry about reelection right now, so they have no reason to care about what the people think or what the people actually want. But there was another reason why Matt Gaetz stepped down. He said it was a distraction. He didn't want to take away from Trump's agenda and from all the good things that Trump is going to be doing. That's not the reason. That's just what he's saying. There's another reason. They're going to put him somewhere else, right? Don't count the man out. You asked how someone could be the head of an organization, Sharon, that he's being investigated by. But let me tell you, I live in Texas. The Texas Attorney General is constantly being investigated for wrongdoing. He literally burned a dumpster. He had a dumpster fire outside of his office as he was being investigated. So who knows what was in that dumpster that was mysteriously set on fire. He's so bad. He almost got ousted from his position by other Texas Republicans, but ultimately he was protected by our governor and our lieutenant governor. So yeah, these people, they don't go away. There's no reason for them to relinquish power and authority once they have it. So Matt Gaetz has stepped down from Congress. He's dropped out of the running for attorney general, but he's not going anywhere.
He's not going away. He's like that. I don't know. I heard what's the one STD that won't go away?
Herpes. Yeah.
Okay. And perhaps there's medication for it, but I think it's they call it that gift that keeps giving. And that is him. And he just is so smarmy with that helmet the hair, and people say it's good hair, but what product is he using? Because it looks like you can't penetrate
I think
it.
it's the hair line, Sharon.
Okay. That's what it is. It's a very marvelous, but the devilish kind of a character.